Everyone sells private money lending as passive income. Write a check, collect your interest, repeat. I'm here to tell you that is not the whole story. So, after dozens of funded deals, and as someone who has been in both the real estate trenches and on the other side of the table writing the checks, I have learned some things that genuinely surprised me. Okay. And if you are thinking about getting started in this field, this video is exactly what I wish someone would have recorded for me. Okay, so let's get into it. Quick context. If you're new here, my name is Ashlee. I am a corporate attorney. I am a real estate investor and a private money lender. I have invested out of state. I've invested in my state, which is California. I've bootstrapped deals in markets where lenders weren't even an option because of the loan size that I needed. So I know a little bit about this space. So, did you know that most hard money lenders have a 100K minimum? A lot of the deals that build real wealth, especially when you're starting out, don't even hit that threshold. So, I had to figure it out without them, right? And then I became the lender, right? Which means I understand exactly what my borrowers are up against. That perspective, the investor who's navigated both sides of this world, is what I'm bringing you today. Here's the first thing nobody tells you. The relationship matters more than the rate. I am so serious. You can have the most beautiful Parmesan, the most airtight deed of trust, perfectly seasoned collateral, and if you don't trust the borrower's character, that deal could still cost you, right? So I've had borrowers actually pay a higher than asked interest rate because they valued the relationship. They respected my process because they knew this wasn't going to be their last deal with me. So before you write any check, know who you are actually writing it to. It's not just about their credit score or their track record or even their communication style. What happens when things get hard? That's what you really need to understand in terms of who you're dealing with, because things will get hard, okay? Trust me. And as an attorney, I thought I had this one covered, right? It's like, thinking I just had it because I knew the documents and things like that. And having documents is one thing, but understanding what's in them is another thing. And every promissory note has clauses that most people scroll right past, right? Default provisions, cure periods, what happens if the property's damaged, what happens if there's a lien you don't know about, what happens if the borrower is late. And I read every document, okay? So from both perspectives, not just as the private lender protecting my money, but also from the borrower side, because understanding what your borrower agreed to changes how you handle everything that comes after that. So whether you are lending or borrowing, make sure you read the documents. That really goes without saying. Read all of them, ask questions about them. And if you are not an attorney, maybe you should get an attorney to review it with you. This is not optional, okay? This is how you protect your money. It's better to come out of pocket with some cash now and be safe than to have regrets later. And here's one that genuinely surprised me. If you're a private lender, your money does not work 24/7. There are gaps between deals, between payoffs, between finding the right borrower. Your capital just sits there, and that idle time adds up. And this is why deal flow matters so much, okay? You need a pipeline, people who know that you lend, relationships that keep you in the loop, okay? This is one reason why I love using a self-directed IRA or a solo 401k if you're self-employed for private money lending. The money is already earmarked for long-term growth. It takes the pressure off of those idle periods. But regardless of your vehicle, build the pipeline before you need it, okay? And what does that look like? Start building relationships, okay? So listen, for people will test you. Nobody talks about this. And at some point, a borrower is going to push the boundaries, okay? A payment's going to be a few days late or a few weeks. They'll ask for an extension. They'll want to modify something mid-deal. And you will have to decide, am I a business or am I a friend? I'm not saying that to be cold. I'm not saying that to be rigid, but I'm saying know your process before you're in the moment. Because when it's someone you know, someone who's asking and they have a real story, it's hard. Having your policies written down before you're emotionally invested, that's what's going to save you. Okay. Think of it like a contract. You agree to the terms before things get complicated. You don't wait till after. And real quick, if you are someone who's trying to figure out, is this whole private money lending thing for me? Like, is it the right fit? I have a course called Are You Built for Private Money Lending? It is free. The link is in the description and it's designed for exactly this moment before you fund your first deal. So go check it out. And okay, back to it. Now, the fifth thing here is whew, I never I never borrowed from a private lender on my Ohio deals, right? I wanted to do a hard money lender and I needed to have $100,000 for the minimum, but I didn't need that much, right? So my early deals didn't hit that threshold, so I bootstrapped. And you know what that taught me? It taught me exactly what my borrowers are up against, okay? The hustle it takes to fund a deal when the traditional system does not work for you, the creativity, the resourcefulness, the urgency. Okay. That's the perspective that makes you a better lender, right? Not just knowing the documents, not just knowing the rates that you want to charge, understanding what it actually takes being on the other side of that table. Okay. So sometimes real estate investors are the best lenders for real estate investors. The lenders who last are the ones who never forget what it's like to still need money for your deal. Okay. Now let's bring it home. The 5 things nobody talks about in private money lending. All right. 1, the relationship matters more than the rate. Okay. Don't you forget that. 2, good documents are not enough. You need to understand the documents from both perspectives. 3, idle capital is your silent enemy. Build a pipeline of borrowers. 4, people will test you. Know your process before the emotion hits, know your boundaries and honor them. And 5, the both sides perspective is your unfair advantage. These are the things I wish someone would have told me before I funded my first deal. But now I'm telling you. If this was helpful, subscribe because every week I'm pulling back the curtain on what it actually looks like to build wealth without quitting your day job. The wins, the hard lessons, the dirty, all of it, okay? And if you want to go deeper, okay, or if you decide private lending is for you, grab the free guide in the description, okay? And I will see you in the next one.